The first putt dropped in silence. Then came the eruption. What began as a promising start quickly turned into something extraordinary. Under the relentless South Florida heat, Charlie Woods wasn't just playing golf. He was commanding it. Each swing carried poise, each putt precision. Within moments, whispers spread across the course. He's doing it. He's actually doing it. The South Florida PGA Championship, a battleground for emerging talent, had just become the stage for something bigger. Every motion reflected a composure beyond his age. There was no panic, no rush, only quiet confidence. This wasn't a kid playing under pressure. This was a golfer shaping his own identity, while the entire world waited to compare him to someone else. Charlie's journey to this round began long before the first tee. He arrived not just with a bag of clubs, but with the weight of expectation. Every shot he takes carries a name that echoes through golf history: Woods. For most 16-year-olds, that would be paralyzing, but Charlie has learned to embrace it. The comparisons to Tiger will always exist, yet he doesn't flinch beneath them. Instead, he channels them. Like his father once did, he lets his game speak for itself. On this morning, with the dew still glistening on the grass and college scouts scattered through the gallery, Charlie walked calmly toward the first tee. There was no grand entrance, no showmanship, just quiet purpose. A young player stepping into a moment that felt heavier than the air itself. From the very first hole, it was clear this wouldn't be an ordinary round. While others tested the wind and played cautiously, Charlie attacked. His opening drive split the fairway, his approach shot landed close, and when that first birdie fell, the tone was set. The crowd began to lean in, sensing something special. Yet Charlie's demeanor didn't change. There were no fist pumps, no celebrations, just focus. Each hole built upon the last, precision layered over patience. Golf is a game of rhythm, and Charlie's tempo never wavered. It was measured, deliberate, unhurried. This wasn't a teenager trying to survive a tournament. It was a craftsman revealing his work, one swing at a time. The course wasn't something to fear. It was something to understand. And he did. Golf has a way of humbling even its greatest players. The wind shifts, the greens harden, the mind tightens. But Charlie seemed immune to the chaos. When his tee shot on the fifth hole drifted offline, he didn't crumble. He paused, assessed, and delivered a recovery shot that drew applause from the crowd. It wasn't just skill. It was maturity, the kind that's earned through watching, listening, and learning from the best. By the turn, the leaderboard began to buzz. Players whispered his name, spectators refreshed live scores, and phones lit up with messages. You have to see what Charlie Woods is doing. But through the noise, he stayed centered, eyes down, mind clear. Every swing was an act of composure, every moment proof that he belonged. The back nine separates the good from the great. Fatigue sets in, the air thickens, and decisions become heavier. Yet Charlie seemed to grow stronger. His birdie on the 10th was clean and confident, routine, almost casual. Then on the 12th came a defining moment. Faced with a choice between safety and ambition, he chose the latter. Pulling the aggressive club, he fired at the flag, and the ball obeyed perfectly, settling near the pin. The crowd reacted instantly. That wasn't luck. That was conviction. Lesser players might have protected their score. Charlie played to elevate it. In that moment, he wasn't chasing numbers. He was chasing excellence. Every shot carried intent, and that intent was unmistakable. Play without fear. By now, the gallery had tripled. Spectators left their own rounds to follow his. There's something magnetic about watching someone in complete control, and Charlie embodied that energy. Each step down the fairway felt deliberate, grounded. His rhythm never wavered. Then came the 16th, a par 3 with danger on every side. Waterfront, wind swirling, nerves tested. Charlie took his time, feeling the breeze, visualizing the flight. When he swung, the sound was crisp, the contact pure. The ball landed softly, rolled toward the hole, and stopped 15 feet away. The ensuing birdie was struck with quiet certainty. Dead center. In that moment, it was undeniable. This wasn't a lucky streak. This was mastery, under pressure. 4 under par. It sounds simple, almost ordinary to those who don't play the game. But context changes everything. This wasn't a casual round with friends. It was a legitimate championship filled with elite competition. Professionals chase rounds like that for years. Charlie, at 16, delivered it under scrutiny most adults couldn't handle. As he parred the final holes, there was no collapse, no lapse in concentration. Just steady, disciplined golf. Fairways, greens, 2 putts. When he signed his scorecard, the applause wasn't out of courtesy. It was respect. Coaches were taking notes. Players nodded quietly, and the message was clear. Charlie Woods isn't potential anymore. He's performance. What made this round extraordinary went beyond numbers. Mentally, Charlie was unshakable. Golf at any level is psychological warfare, and he's grown up understanding that better than most. Every swing is judged, every result compared. Yet he's learned to block it all out. His technique, too, was refined. His fundamentals are textbook, his tempo efficient, and his course management near flawless. But perhaps most impressive was his physical endurance. Playing under South Florida heat requires conditioning, discipline, and preparation. Charlie looked as sharp on the 18th hole as he did on the first. These traits, mental, technical, physical, together formed something rare. The foundation of a complete player. The comparisons to Tiger will never disappear. And perhaps they shouldn't. Greatness often echoes through generations. But Charlie's story is already diverging. He isn't trying to replicate his father's path. He's quietly creating his own. The similarities are undeniable. The poise, the focus, the precision. But there's a different rhythm to Charlie's game. It's less explosive, more calculated. He doesn't play for spectacle. He plays for substance. This round wasn't a child following a legacy. It was a young man stepping into his own light. The South Championship wasn't just a tournament. It was a declaration. The Woods name will endure, not through imitation, but evolution. As the final echoes of applause faded, one truth lingered. Golf had just witnessed a shift, not in records or trophies, but in potential realized. Charlie Woods proved that legacy isn't a shadow, it's a foundation. His 4-under performance wasn't about living up to history, but about beginning his own. The path forward will bring pressure, doubt, and challenge. But if this round is any indication, he's built for it. Calm, composed, quietly relentless. A teenager in years, but already a professional in spirit. The story of Charlie Woods is still being written, yet its tone is clear. Not one of imitation, but of promise. And perhaps, just perhaps, we're witnessing the start of something truly lasting.